Wow, look at this gem-filled bivalve just sitting here. Hey y'all, we're down on the beach and it is a short sleeve day. Crazy. It's January here on the coast and we're still having this incredible beach weather. Nice little stroll down the beach and to see what we can find. Thanks for joining. Hey, we find ourselves in the high rocks. We're waiting for the low tide and it's just fun to leisurely go through some of the stuff that is here. Here's a kind of cool Jasper that has an inclusion of some agate. So some cool stuff, but more interestingly, there's of course the fossils. You can see a shadow of where a pecten used to be, and Anadarra's sticking out of this guy. So we're gonna look around here in this pile for a bit and see if we can't turn up something interesting, because there's some fun rocks up in here. Probably find one of these every time you're on the beach if you look hard enough, but got Valentine's Day coming. That's a nice little heart right there, made from probably an Anadarra. How about a Miocene era Valentine? Sweet. See in there? That's kind of a cool calcified interior of a clam, also probably an Anadarra. It's really neat how the different eras silicify in different ways. You've got this quality of, oh, this is that one. This quality of the matrix material, and then it totally varies. This is quite hard, and this right here is really soft. And this kind here is even harder than, well, it's probably about the same. You can see that's fossil bearing as well. Big shell hanging out right there. Ooh, yeah, so looks like a clasped Anadarra also. So you can see the different colors and the different qualities. Here's a, fossil, at the very least mineral bearing, and this is more like this sandstone here. And here's one, lots of fossils. I'm trying to come out right now. Also more like this, less like this, that bears more resemblance to the basalt cobbles that you can see all over here. That's some really hard stuff. So check this silicification out. What do you reckon that pocket is? Is that a fossil pocket? No. I see a lot of mineral signs around the outside, so probably just some pretty cool mineralization in the seams, but almost look fossil. So I've spoken about these on the channel before. There's probably a pecten shell in there. We're seeing the edge of it, and you break them open with a little hammer. See if I can't get that into focus. There we go. Break it with a hammer and you've got a nice shell inside. We'll take this one and we'll break it open just in case you haven't seen me do that before. It'll be the first one of the season, why not? Alright, here's a beach jasper that looks to have maybe some blue-black agate veins going through it. If you had a chance to see the video where I carved out a an octopus from a giant piece of jasper. It was beach jasper that was a lot like this. Lots of different minerals happening inside. They can be really beautiful. Here's another one of those jaspers. I like to pick them up because so often you don't realize that it's actually a blue-black agate, and that looks like it could be a blue-black agate and or quote-unquote just a jasper. Those jaspers can sure be neat inside though. So I've chosen a place in the high rocks, and what I mean by high rocks is not at the surf line, but high on the beach, more at the head wall. And you can see some stratification of what is coming out of the ground here, but you can see that I am not standing underneath a cliff. That's undercut pretty well, and you can see some very, very fresh rock debris coming out of that wall. That's not a place to stand under. No matter how good something is, like underneath there, might not be the best place to stand. The beach can be dangerous. These cliffs can fall on people. So that being said, just thought I would pop in a little public service announcement about beach safety. You can see some pretty neat things are coming out of this wall. Now you gotta wait until they come out. You can't nab them while they're still in the wall. But all of this that's loose and free, it's anybody's take. Wow, look at this gem-filled bivalve just sitting here. So, another thick-shelled bivalve. I would guess Anodara, who knows? Some really nice calcite filling that up. You can see some others hanging out in this fossil. Cool. Here's another one of these guys. Anodara. Give that a couple whacks. Cool. I mean pectin. Did I say Anodara? Got the wrong shell on the head. That's that. Yep, just some more of that crystally good stuff. Doesn't hurt to turn stuff over. You never know if you're looking at a big bone concretion. Just check out the whole thing. Especially if it's a unique shape. Ochiko thinks it's interesting. Look at the sparkles on that. I don't know if you can see as good as me. That is amazing. Oh, Ochiko's getting in our light. Oh, that's so cool. Beautiful. Big crystals. That's a rather large rock though. We'll be leaving it here. Anybody in the mood for some sushi or some nori? Does that make you hungry? It should. That's where the sushi wrappers are from, at least if you're having the rolls. Little maki. Yum. Check this little guy hanging out all by himself. Pretty little beach jasper. Green. See if I can't get that in the focus. It's kind of nice. Lots of shells. Lots and lots and lots of fossil shells. Gang of pectins and all sorts of different shells up in there. That's a fun big block of shelly-rificness. Hey, Lily. All sorts of guys going on in there. That's a big one. Wow, look at this spiral. See that? That's a big spiral shell. We have a couple. One's called the ficus, and I can't remember the name of the other one that's really, really big. But that's probably one of those. Of the very big variety. This caught my eye. Look at how pretty that sedimentary glitter is. Oh, Lily's trying to get in the shot. Cool. Is it an Jasper or a agate? We'll pocket this one and see. Who knows? With sharp eyes, one might find an Anodara like this, totally intact and sealed shut. His teeth are even closed, if you could call them teeth. They have really strong clasps. That's why you see the heart shape so often in the cross section of these guys. And so it's fabled that there might be a meal inside, that their last meal might be fossilized inside. I think I've mentioned that before. I've always thought it would be kind of neat to dig into one of these guys and find out. And right next to the chucket, can you see it? Boop. Got a little agates in there. Little agate action. Tiny. But is it a walk on the beach if you haven't found an agate? I don't think so. There you go. Okay, I spy with my eye an agate in the shot. Can you see it? Where is it? There's a nice shell right there. There's a nice shell, but what about that? What about that right there? Aw. I love the ones that are different. It's kind of like a sunshiny honey agate. Let's see if I can't get that into focus. Sorry, guys. There we go. But it's got some green to it. That's neat. Cool. So I suspect somebody left this one behind because it was in the shadows and it's hard to see. Whoop. There we go. Another little sunshiny guy. Beach agate. I felt a certain presence of boniness that wouldn't allow me to leave this pile. Do you see it? Do you see it yet? Bony, 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 bony. Hello. Boy. Interesting config there. Looks a bit like an eye socket. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Eye socket, maybe? What do you think? Wishful thinking? We'll take a closer look at this back home. Neat. Always cool to find some bone on the beach. Another thing just hanging out here in the shadows. This might be something that somebody broke and left behind. Oh, I don't know. I think that broke by itself. Wow, look at that. That's a pretty nice one. It's a pectin. That's the whole shell, y'all. That's one of the better ones I've found. Pancake on this side. And some nakery goodness on this side. Woo. Not sure what this is, but it's a cool color of green. Whoa, bigger than I thought. We'll have a closer look at this when we get it home. That's pretty cool. That's almost a agate jasper type situation. Not sure. Have a closer look. Maybe cut it. There's a cool layer of fossils up there. Cliff. Still getting some of this history standing still there. Wonder what bones are in that layer too. I can't remember if I've covered this guy before, and I'm spacing the name, but he kind of is like an abalone-ish shell, and a lot of times these guys will set up with like an actual stack of them in the fossil formation. So I'm sure I put up a label so that y'all know what I'm talking about. I was wondering if we were going to find any of this. Now, during the last video, I was finding teredo wood. It's named after the bivalve, the Teredo nivalis, or shipworm, which is actually not a worm. It's a bivalve mollusk. And hold on, I'm gonna throw the ball for these guys. Get them out of my hair. Okay. And so this is actually the castings. It looks like, sediment filled the shipworm burrows, or the teredo worm burrows, and we don't have any of the petrified wood behind here in this particular one. But it was really funny because some people thought I was saying Dorito wood, like chips, and some people thought I was saying Cheeto wood. I guess I was saying it too fast. And so we have some hungry people out there. This is Teredo wood. And so I'll label it so that we know in the future. Actually, this is just the castings, no wood involved in that particular. Here's our mammal bone. Recognize this? Leave it in the comments. And our pecten shell we found. Let's bang this open. Mystery Jasper. Turns out it has veins of translucent material coursing through it, glowing in an unusual color of light green. Jasper or agate? Let's cut her open and see what's inside. The high-tech diamond 10-inch slab saw makes quick work of it. This one really was a surprise. You can see swirls of almost carnelian and jasper flames, and then very deep dark, probably marcasite in a puddle that also has waves within. Wow. Here's that Anodara that's been shut closed for millions of years. What's inside? Care to wager? Will we see its last meal? If you want to cut things too, go check out High Tech Diamond. Link is in the description. It's a great way to support the channel. Now, let's see what's in that shell. That is a surprise. I guess it's the end. Thanks so much for watching. For more information, check out ozonefineart.com and keep creating.